Never spoke out swimming, but I bet.
Realistic 3D images, and you'll certainly feel home. The architecture of the mediocrities of the middle class ages has the most relaxing and appeasing of all art forms. It could be the old world test number 259. What you're hearing is not actual show, but a maintenance version of the show connected to the club Generosity Junior, a multi-index memory bank system that produces voices and sound effects. None of what you are hearing is real, so do not attempt to call us at 826-4805 because no one, frankly, will be there. Yep. Difficulty would make it.
Only people here are people. They're the advanced techno-droids.
Sit around, go for walks. Maybe planet out to get a hot dog. Yeah. Take your planet for a walk. It'll appreciate it. Go up to your planet and say to your planet, Planet, when's the last time we interfaced? Yeah. You're not one of those sick planet beaters, are you? No. Planet abuse. I'm one of those. I make love to my planet. Yes. That's actually kind of cool. It does require some sort of rake or a hoe. Which makes the proper. Europeans were pot growers.
Well, yeah, sure, but I'm saying these people that farm this country weren't involved in just...
101 country, bigger and better than ever. Randy Travis there and rock.
Find yourself in the middle of this conspiracy of which you know nothing about.
Symphonic music. Among the generous repertory are works by the late American composer Howard Hanson. Although Schwartz said Hanson and his music leads to that American category. Music was
It's the Grassy Knoll Project. 90.5.
It's a wonderful feeling to be so relaxed.
Bob?
You're a dead duck here. You're powerless. We know about you, and we don't want to play. Maybe there are others like you around. Maybe you've caused a lot of suffering, a lot of history, but that's all over. We'll be on guard now. We'll be ready for you. So ship out. Come on, hold it. Now, out already.
Yes, folks, Jehovah is and still trying this planet.
On Saturday morning.
having lunch with a white woman. I'm a Caucasian.
Bob?
Here's something my wife could use in the house. An interocitor incorporating an electron sorter.
Oh, she'd probably gain
Yeah, I need one
pounds,
of
so
those.
what's it all the work for?
Since we got all the hot mixing equipment, we've been having a lot of fun.
Haven't we, Dr. Dogzomatic?
Haven't we? Like a little kid at Christmas!
And it's only November.
And the glow just don't go away. As sure as there's an X in Christmas.
It's already almost Christmas if you look around today's stores. Bye.
Let's just call it
Preparation
off
for the holidays.
and rename the whole season Advert.
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 Oh, advert.
Advert.
Advert, of course.
Advertise.
It's an advertising mechanism.
As sure as there's an X in Christmas, folks.
Welcome to consumer society.
Chipmunks
Personally,
roasting.
myself, I'm hoping it's going to be a big disco kind of Christmas this year.
I want it to be a Kung Fu Christmas.
Could either of you describe a disco Christmas?
Well, that's when they play lots of music like this in the background.
Oh, to the Catholic.
Everybody dances to Jesus.
Wow.
You know, the Church of the So-Genius, in cooperation with the papacy, is actually going to be releasing a chocolate Jesus confection.
That's right.
For Easter. So you heard it here first.
Silver wraps for your
I mean, none of this pagan fertility rabbits and eggs thing, you know. None of that. We're going to get back to basics. Chocolate Jesus is one of the ways to get back to the children.
Chocolate Jesus on cross by yours now.
Yeah.
Marshmallow and peanut.
Yeah, don't beat the head. The bleeding head.
Extensively promoted by J.R. Bob Dobbs and Pope, both Lenz. KSHU.
There's a spot for you in the sulfur room.
Do you think we could lobby for a papal visit?
Papal? Like Papal Magdalene?
No, like, do you think we could have the Pope come to Arcata and bless the Church of the Subgenius?
No, he might come to Arcata and we could bless him.
I have no blessing to bestow
I mean,
on the Pope.
I ain't had my feet washed in a while.
The only confessions I make are to Dr. Dogzomatics and Reverend St. Bocamills.
That's right.
It's true.
And our heads are just brimming.
What about Dr. Fred? Where's Dr. Fred?
I suspect he may be Dylan.
Too much Prozac.
Yep, much Prozac.
Yeah, too much Prozac, and earlier this evening he clawed his wife's arms and legs down to the bone.
Drop stick?
And now she, yeah.
Ooh, got another one? Oh, I want a pink one.
Hey, I made a maybe.
Give one to Rhonda there too in the back.
Hey, babe, pick one.
Oh, this is Rhonda. It is these two.
Right here, Rhonda, this is clone.
How you doing? Rhonda, your function, please?
Speak to us, honey. Don't be so mute. Just edge on up to the microphone.
I think that was. Oh, there she is.
Oh, she's
Forgiving
shy?
somebody.
Let there be no doubt in your mind that it's live. It's happening right now.
It's the famous West Coast nurse poet Rhonda reading The Lord's Prayer.
Yep.
From one of her early
Slow.
50s albums.
Slow and backwards. Rhonda was a nurse that grew up here on the North Coast around 1942.
He was a personal friend of Bob's.
After he was wounded in the psychic wars, the less popular psychic wars up around the Arctic Circle there, she tended to Bob for many years and left him with several of these tapes.
Which she in turn taped.
They are on the archaic and somewhat dusty old reel-to-reel thing, which has been kind of difficult to use considering the utter technology.
Proves that Bob actually existed. Yes, the only proof that Bob was actually here.
Well, aside from his, this blood-stained pipe stem that was located at the Dallas.
The Shroud of Minneapolis.
Yeah, the Shroud of Dallas. The Shroud of Dallas.
Well, we have the Church of the Subsistence.
Shroud of San Francisco.
We subsist entirely on faith. We don't need proof. Proof is...
Faith is our proof.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just like any
If I'm this faithful,
modern religion.
Yeah, if I'm this faithful, you better damn well believe it. So James Bond of world religion.
We and other non-pinks like us will be saved by salvation alone, by pure faith in J.R. Bob Dobbs when that day comes.
And that day.
The only religion that lets you talk over any radio for Bob. That's right, you can talk over any radio for Bob. Do it now, 826-4805.
And we also allow you to see another dimension on your television, which some religions will not allow you to do.
This is true. We will also advocate free sexuality, free speech. Do you think J.R. Bob Dobbs would advocate pro-choice?
Pro-choice?
Continuously pro-choice.
I mean, perhaps he'd choose...
There's no doubt about pro-choice.
I think he'd choose vanilla sprinkles.
This is Jim at the House of the Falling Man, but most people call me Crendel.
Crendel, how are you tonight?
Remulac.
Wonderful.
Best fake Remulac.
Remulac.
Crendel?
Good stuff.
Crendel, put your hand on the show. Touch the show.
I'm touching.
Touch yourself.
Ooh, I feel it. It's sacrament.
Dunk your hand in the water there and reach over behind your radio and feel the power of the show.
Oh.
Yeah. That's it. 340 Lock and load 1462 North Bank, coordinate 6.
Crendel, we have a
Rotate show 3 degrees left.
operation. Okay, just sit tight and
And y-axis 32 degrees north. So speed up to 78 kilometers per hour northbound. Show is crossing a bridge. We've got a link incoming satellite 4. Check.
Dr. Wilkermos, fasten your seatbelt quickly.
Dallas connection. Check.
Ready to eject caller.
Insert caller here. Another successful shot. The beautiful arc of another caller successfully launched.
Flying high over Humboldt Bay.
Sitting here on the veranda of the show, we are watching the sparks fall into the day.
Another head launching successfully performed.
Wonderful light.
And it's high fives all around here in Mission Control. Hey, everybody is having a great old time. You know, there's nothing like blowing up that large amount of money, you know? If I want to be blowing something up, I want it to be expensive.
Titan tooth. Heck,
Do you think
Bob?
college are that expensive?
there's nothing more precious than a human life.
This is true. Why did you just destroy one?
Enjoy the
Well,
delightful feeling of
He knew the job was dangerous when he took it.
relax the little muscles between the brows.
It's enough to make a perineum tingle. Quick, anatomist, find it. Find it.
I got it now. You can't
Uvula, perineum, uvula, perineum.
So isn't this like the night of the broken glass? When
Got the
they,
dharma wrong. Yes. Heil!
Crystal Nash. Yes.
when sub-geniuses all over around the world were taken out and beat severely and their places of worship were burned to the ground.
That's true, yeah.
This is true.
Yes, it was a Frop Hall putsch.
Right,
Right,
actually, it was the synagogues in Berlin.
It was a brown-shirted goose-stepping step toward
Springtime for Hitler and Germany.
All right, come on up here. Don't stay down there in the bottom of the show. I can hardly hear you.
The new step. All right.
Is this close enough for you? So
Well, I was just making sure it was close enough for you because I
It's
know.
never close enough for me.
You know, the closer I get to Bob sometimes, the more I think I should change my underwear.
You know, I got really disturbed by something about an hour ago, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. I was looking through the albums up here at the glorious radio station, and the radio station, that, as you know, is owned by the Subgenius Foundation, copyright 1981.
Like, we own all radio stations.
And we're letting
and there was
jazz.
I was looking at a Cure album, and it had that song "Killing an Air" album on it, and there was a little programming note next to it that said, "Please do not play." And I,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember.
yeah, it was like the politically correct.
Please do not play. Please do not read any book by Albert Camus, please.
Right.
That's right.
Please do not think for yourself.
Or if you do think
Do
like
not,
everybody else
do
thinks.
not attempt freedom of speech under any circumstance.
And you remember last week what happened? You know, actually, what was it, 2 weeks ago, when we had that fundraising show, we got up here, and there was the man.
Right.
Those guys in suits, and they said, "You're the Subgenius show?" We said, yes, we are. Well, then they said, "Well, let's see your record collection." They lifted about half our stuff and said, "You can't play this, you can't play this, you will not play this, you can play 30 seconds of this."
We stood by helplessly and watched.
Right.
I mean, we dispatched agents shortly afterwards to
I
take
think
care of things.
the
but-
conspiracy blew it by not making young children watch enough endless reruns of the old Superman show.
Yeah.
Explain to me the connection between Superman and political correctness.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. It's just a real ideal
Superman.
kind of
He's a
place.
man.
Gotham City was just kind of a really... Well, okay, I'm sorry. How about by not making people watch endless reruns of the Donna Reed show? How's that?
Have you ever noticed how a politically correct conversation uses an absolutely unfounded diversity of words, leading to a confluence of multi-biodiverse, ethnico...
It's making my sphincter tingle.
Right.
Conversation. Basically, they say absolutely nothing.
Or what is this?
Well, I think the thing that's really at the root of the monster that is political correctness is that it's
Homogeneity.
well, no, but it's condensation at its best.
Yeah, just kind of a flattening
it's
out.
condescending towards,
Or like an attenuation.
It teaches you.
Condescension or condensation or was that compression? Oh, condescension. Yeah,
Did I say condensation? There's a little bit of that in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of here and there. It's Dewey in here.
Yes, I feel that.
It's Huey and Louie and Dewey.
It's a pretty show.
Yes, it is. Always rosy.
Sit out here on the show veranda this morning, looking out at the bright constellation Taurus over to the east of us, which is shining bright.
And our mind control experiments gone bad. Little fans, fluffing little white carnation flowers on me again. Get back off, zombie. Hey, hot butter rum martinis all around. And hey, easy. Don't be slipping that margarine crap in there again. We know the difference here at the Church of the Subgenius.
Absolutely.
We asked for hot butter. We want hot butter. So, when was your last interface with a conspiracy?
My last interface with the conspiracy occurred when I attempted.
Once upon a time, I was told I would show up in... Oh, yeah.
On the back of this driver's license, there's a thin magnetic strip.
and encoded your DNA.
I'd like to know what's on that strip, and nobody will tell me. Can you help me?
What's on that strip? It's a cheap conspiracy plot to try and whiff-read your stench. And if you don't know what I mean by whiff-reading your stenches, folks, buy the book. Or write us. The Post Office Box 677, Arcata, California. We'll whiff-read your stench from the letter. We can tell whether you're pink or not just by the male.
And your last
or female, you know.
interface.
What was that P.O. box again, Fred? Bill?
Chocowalla. Post Office Box 677, Arcata, California, 95521.
And your last interface with the conspiracy?
My last interface with the conspiracy, I think, was a lousy possible employer. I was almost employed
by
a pink somnambulac.
My last interface with the conspiracy is every day of my life.
You're having one now, aren't you?
Yeah, most of the time I get up out of bed.
It's everything. It's everywhere.
It doesn't seem to go away. Every day I wake up and it's just like it's Dionysus versus Jehovah. I keep trying to drink that old sorry putz through under the table and it don't work.
It don't work. Can't get away from it. Can't get over it. Can't get under it. Can't get around it. Can't run.
We've got to go
can't
through
hide.
it. Let's go through it.
Can't shoot it. Can't live with it. Can't live
You
with
can
it.
shoot it. People have tried shooting it.
Oh.
Paul Harvey Oswald tried it. Now he just works for True Value Hardware.
That was a good one.
Hey, it's a conspiracy.
Lush Lips Loretta Limbaugh actually tried and gave up long ago, and this is why she married Rush to punish herself for ever having tried.
And look, it's flowers from the president. He's still trying to get back on good terms with the Subgenius Foundation ever since, you know, the falling out we had.
He definitely could use our contribution for the
when we,
upcoming election year.
Last time, what was it, when Stein was exposing the skull and crossbones connection and the Frop incidents at Yale. I mean, you know, the fratty thing.
I think that it'll be hard for him to get a nomination
He's
to
just
run
been,
next
he's been
year
sorry.
without our endorsement.
Right, he's just been so sorry since, well, what was it? The pharmaceutical deal didn't really go through with Quayle's parents, and still trying to squeeze the foundation, the Subgenius Foundation, for money, just wasn't working for him.
Absolutely.
So he wants to be pooping flowers and breathing sweetness like us, but, you know.
Perhaps he could try a little bit stronger of a lobbying and more willing to give worthy consideration.
Hey, are you familiar with Grover's Mill?
No, explain.
Is that like Dobbs Ferry?
Kind of like Dobbs Ferry, but a little bit more terrifying. It's outside of Princeton. Little farm area, yeah, where the saucers landed years ago, and you know, that Orson Welles, and they did this mock report. They made it like it was a joke. You know, and everyone in America that heard the radio show and tuned in late didn't realize it was a joke.
That was
we Subgeniuses know it was no joke.
Exactly.
Actually,
it was a terrifying experiment.
It was a terrifying experiment with mirrors and stuff that the government was doing, and they killed
heat rays.
They killed 5,000 or 6,000 people in a small town in New Jersey and used that radio show to cover the whole fact up.
Exactly. It was also an experiment to see how people would react to the mass media at the time. In 1938, radio
fried like bacon. That's
radio was it, right? And so what it was is the War of the Worlds was supposedly a theater.
Well, I don't know about that. Wait a minute. Now, what are you saying?
Well, they called it the War of the Worlds.
Well, yeah, of course it was an experiment as an afterthought. I mean, the reason it happened was to cover up what happened with this burn. Yeah,
they collated the data afterwards, and I guess it wasn't really set out to be the media experiment that it was, but it was so effective, they found out, that people across the world didn't take it like it was theater. They took it like it was real, and they were killing their neighbors and running around and, you know, going under the storm cellars and stuff.
Simultaneously one of the greatest media barrages in history and the greatest radio scoop in history.
And to think that it ended in 1938, it just got worse.
And to think that our government at that time was capable of just erasing the fact that a whole town had been wiped off of the planet Earth without anybody knowing about it.
Yeah, Grover's Mill. You try and find it now. Yeah, the ground is still black there. But the War of the Worlds didn't end. It just got more insidious. You wake up right now, it's the War of the Worlds every day. The pink world The conspiracy world.
The world you work for? The world from which you buy your car, your clothing, and your breakfast cereal?
The world you organize chaos. The world you interface with every morning. You roll out of bed and there's that little world again.
And you stare it in the face. First thing in the morning, and you kiss it goodnight, and last thing in the evening. This is your fate.
And there's no slack until you get right with Bob.
Accept your fate or choose a new path. Get right with Bob.
Everyone is a director in the Church of the Subgenius. We're all directors of our own self.
We're all part of the board of trustees.
We know what we're doing. We're drinking the Kool-Aid, and we're not dying.
And we're all sexually attractive,
And
fertile,
financially successful.
absolutely.
The wealth, the pink things that have come to me since being involved with the Church of the Subgenius, I indulged in so much to where they just didn't matter anymore.
The power of my mind has expanded dramatically.
And we're all cute, too. Yeah, it got real easy after the Bob thing. I mean, aside from him always wanting to take pictures again. Like, Bob, enough pictures, you know, how many Polaroids can you
Well,
get?
if you weren't so darn cute, St. Bogomils.
Well, it's all Bob's fault.
What about me, Sister Clone?
You're just as cute. Just as cute.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See, the Church of the Subgenius ravishes itself. It's like a snake eating its tail, or...
It's a major slimy love orgy.
At the same time, it's celibate and pure.
Heavenly, white, downy, snowy, innocent baby pure. We can do this because we belong to the Church of Subgenius.
Black as the driven snow.
We get everything we want, when we want it, and we're always right.
Just by asking for it. Basically, we just sit around and, like a very intelligent man here in Arcata, we want something, we wish for it.
And the only thing
Ain't that right, Will?
The only thing you have to do is question your daily authority and turn the other direction. Face the subculture. Face the Church of the Subgenius.
Which is not a subculture, because a subculture is a conspiracy buy-off to glom on to a... Well, like what? The hippies sold it up real quick, because anyone who aspires to the name of hippie, which is a derogatory term if you know what you're talking about, to aspire to be anything. If you're a pigeon that needs a hole, they'll furnish one for you. If you're a free-flying pigeon with a little pipe sticking out of your mouth, it won't fit in any hole.
Well, sitting here on the veranda of the show, I really like watching those pigeons fly by.
Hold on, I'm gonna rotate us. I'm gonna rotate us north to see the dog star. Ready?
Absolutely. There, hold it there. That's perfect. That's perfect.
All right, you can see the dark star
I
now.
love this view. What a wonderful morning it is here on the veranda of the show. Do you think you could get one of the zombies to bring me another hot buttered rum martini? I could really use one. And some
one hot buttered rum martini.
frop stick also. Anybody else another frop stick?
And cinnamon
I am so frappy.
Oh, yes.
Send a frop stick over there to the show veranda.
Is it an in crowd? Is it an elite core? You bet it is. It's the Church of the Subgenius.
We sit here, kicking back, our feet up on the porch railing, sipping our hot buttered rum martinis and
All this
eating frop sticks.
high-tech equipment at our command.
Absolutely, we can do anything.
And kicking the dead hearts of that man we call J.R. Bob Dobbs. But is he really dead?
Is he really dead?
You should never beat a dead gift horse in the mouth. That's how I look at J.R. Bob Dobbs. He's a gift horse, and you should never kick him in the teeth when he's down.
Exactly. He'll keep grinning. You know, kick him all you want. That plasticine smile will not waver.
Absolutely.
Okay, fun fact.
Let's hear it.
Okay, you know who George Lincoln Rockwell was? He's dead. Guess whose library card Lee Harvey Oswald had in his back pocket when they caught him in the theater?
We know, because we killed him.
What did Lincoln do?
George Lincoln Rockwell?
Yeah, what did
he was running the American Nazi Party.
Oh.
So Oswald the communist was, you know.
I heard he made a mysterious appearance at the recent Clarence Thomas hearing.
He was up at the Hemp Fest.
Right.
Yeah.
He had 2 babes under his arm, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they were about 18. Nice-looking boys.
I saw him selling hot dogs at the concession stand at the CR football game. but I mistook him for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
How interesting.
Well, you know, since we uncovered those tapes of Miss Rhonda Hardy, pardon me, Rhonda Hardy.
Yeah, Rhonda.
Rhonda. Well, it was really difficult to find the old machinery because right now here at the studio, everything's digital. There's not a moving part in here. There is nothing analog about this place. I mean, it's like a test lab for Dobbs Laboratories.
What is this wonderful music we're listening to?
I don't know.
This is
some famous New Age band.
Audio
It's been around for
music.
years and years and years and years.
Ooh, this is a nice pigeonhole. It's comfy in here. I don't have to think in this pigeonhole.
Hey, are you making fun of my selection of music here?
Actually, Pink is okay to visit.
Touch yourself.
Just don't stay.
Have fun.
Or else.
Touch yourself.
You might realize
Have fun.
that nothing is fun anymore.
Touch yourself.
Exactly.
Right now over the radio?
Ooh,
where everybody could listen?
Yeah. All of us is doing it.
Some people say it's a bogus religion. Do you think it's a bogus religion? Are there questions you need answered? Will you really pay to know what you think?
Yes.
I will pay to know what I think. Tell me what I think now.
We got a bargain on reality.
A bargain basement reality.
A bargain basement reality. A no frills reality.
Reality without an end.
One that shucks the jive of the other reality. You can't get away from our reality. If the conspiracy's selling you one you don't like, we'll sell you the formula to grow your own.
And we've got the real one. The real reality. Trust no one else's model. Trust no one else's brand. We have
Custom. Suede leather interior reality.
with remote-controlled doors.
And a Spanish-speaking man who describes the leather.
4 transmission.
Driver in an open car.
TR-726 radar detector.
Our reality is a fast ass.
Gripping. Absolutely unnecessary.
See, General Spyback. See how well he obeys me. He is loyal. Stupid, but loyal. A trait you will never share, Skeeto.
But little listeners, you may ask, is there hope? Listen, you little listeners, whistling in the glistening mist. Listen to these inspirational words from the Book of Lies, Chapter 10, Bankruptcy, verse the Never. The passage runs, and I quote, If you be tired or depressed, if you've got that run-down feeling, remember, you're not just anybody. You're special. You are living proof that God does not exist. Yes, you, little listener, if you are like most of the people who listen to this show, are proof that no supreme being could ever exist.
I love your message. It's a duck hunt.
We're back on the show veranda.
And I'm front.
Did we ever leave? No, we never left. We're always here.
We're always here with you.
Someone's
We
got to
love you.
maintain the dish.
We love you and Bob loves you.
And someday, God, Bob willing, and the creek don't rise, we're going to be here even more hours for you.
Yeah.
And hopefully someday,
Bring in the good word.
We'll just be KHSU 24 hours a day.
I mean, at the moment, I still haven't given up the material pursuits
24 hours a day.
that the church has brought me. But I'm willing to let them have their little jazz shows for the moment.
K-Bob.
K-Bob.
KBOB.
I'm content, and I'm sure you guys are.
Arcata.
I mean, the little Japanese boys and girls running across our backs daily and poking us with needles in all the right places. That kind of just distracts me from the mediocre aspects. We let them have their jazz shows, we let them have their diversity, but soon it's just going to be subgenius.
It's all a big setup for the coming of
It's going to be a hardcore media barrage, blazing a big radioactive trail right up there to X Day.
Our brand of diversity.
Our brand of perversity.
Our reality.
Get a little puh on that microphone. Please and please.
Touch the microphone, St. Bogomils. feel the microphone.
I'll have to get outside of it to do it.
If by any chance you would make a mistake to try to come in and take any one of us, we will not let you. You will die. You will have to take anybody over all of our dead bodies.
Kool-Aid, anyone?
Any way we could find some excerpts of some of the McCarthy trials, Dr. Dog's Lives? Would you be...
Clone, have you no sense of decency,
yeah,
Clone?
I know. Just talking about this stuff right here over the air in front of everybody. I'm not responsible for these things, folks. They just come along, and when I plug into the Yakutisma Matrix, this is what comes out over the air here at KSHU.
Have you no sense of decency, Clone?
I have actually no tapes or anything that I bring, or... it's when I'm hooked into
the studio,
into the Ethernet, it plugs right into the board here, and you hear what's in my brain.
We're all jacked into the Matrix right now.
And I was not part of that McCarthy thing, so it's not in my brain, but it could be in some Yakutisma's brain somewhere out there.
I mean, sure, we are wearing headphones.
I'm sure if we made enough chicha beer that we could probably drum up a Yakutisma that actually materialize in our studio here.
So what are we seeing here in the Matrix? What's spread out before us? I see an endless, never-ending networking grid of straight lines and angles and planes.
And little spherical orbs that represent another subgenius somewhere plugged in, tuned in, jacked in.
And lots of albatross.
Freaked out, dropped on.
Information endlessly flowing. Oh, there's an albatross now.
Yeah, coursing bits of information.
Yeah.
Light racers coming left and right. Plugged into the Matrix. We call them headphones because, damn it, they're headphones. We're not hearing ourselves so much as you're hearing what is coming out of our heads. These are headphones. It's like, it's a head phonograph.
You could land a plane with them. You could do anything. I mean, as long as you're plugged in. I mean,
if you're not in the Matrix, Dobbs ain't going to talk to you. I mean, you're going to be praying for that quarter-inch jack in the back of your head in a couple of years when virtual reality becomes legislated.
That's right, Marcus Garvey, man.
Yeah, Marcus Garvey.
When virtual reality becomes legislated.
It's not just going to...
That's very interesting.
It's not just going to compete with television. It's going to eat it alive.
Can you explain that concept?
I think it was legislated a long time ago.
Well,
it's already...
If it was legislated, how come some of us share different realities? For instance, we of the Church of the Subgenius have the real reality.
Different reality.
Of course we do.
Well, we've got the malleable one, the one that is different for every subgenius.
Does this mean we're exempt from the legislative process? And if so, how so?
Because most of the time we're controlling it.
I hope so.
Most of human history has been involved with... We're a depraved, vicious group of geeks, but each one of us is trying to force our very own reality on everything else. And for one to dominate, I mean, the typical subgenius, the thought is a blasphemy.
The Church of the Subgenius is a giant old rickety airplane flying around with no wings, just waiting to insert itself into something.
Yeah.
It's crashed. It's on a
kicking out 50-pound, boxes of acid here and there.
Let's go back to that phrase, typical subgenius.
Yeah.
This would be heresy.
Exactly. The mere thought is a blasphemy.
Thank you. I'm glad that we've clarified this concept of what it's like to be a true
There
subgenius.
is no typical subgenius. But you know when you are. And you know when you're not. And we know who is and who isn't.
And we're keeping tabs.
Yeah.
We're like Santa Claus, only much bigger and much meaner.
And we got a pipe. I mean, Santa Claus has got a pipe too, but it's a dumb one.
And what we got in our sack is so much better than anything you've ever had for Christmas before.
What's a subgenius tote in the sack?
Slack.
Slack in the sack.
Slack in the sack.
That's right.
Slack.
The Church of the Subgenius is better in the sack.
Slack makes Christmas seem like the first day of school.
We're better in the sack. Because we're the Church of the Subgenius.
We're better than Radio Shack.
Because we're audio slack.
Rotate the show back to the oceanside view. Could I want to catch some of those albatross again.
32, 14 check. Rotate show north.
Albatross. Are we fresh out of that view?
Throw that switch. 43.
Oh, here we are.
Rotating forward. Hold on to your drinks. Hold on to your drinks.
Here we go. Here we go.
There you get a view of it
There
now?
we go. Ocean view.
Okay. Ah, it's come up again.
Thank you. Thank you. This is a wonderful view.
Oh, the breeze here is so wonderful.
Yes, it is.
And look over there,
Smell
you
the
could
fumes
see,
wafting off of Dallas.
you could see Taurus just blazing away in the night sky out there.
And there's another one of Bob's conjured constellations again.
That's right.
The guy can't get away from his own grinning visage.
Stars are shining lies.
Look,
They're Bob's lies.
they're spelling out something in the stars there.
Ooh, 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 what do you see? What do you see?
Do your own thing, and then it's like crossed out. Ooh. Look, there's a tombstone. It says do your own thing too.
A constellation in the form of a tombstone. I've never noticed that before.
You out there,
My God.
somewhere on the road,
My God, why have you forgotten me?
don't you think for a second that this isn't happening
I just
right
heard
now?
one of the zombies wandering around screaming maniacal. What was that zombie saying?
He just...
I think he was calling for his dad.
I think that was a caller we inserted the wrong way in.
That's the one Jack Ruby shot, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's always acting up.
Oh, yeah.
He's always just waltzing around, you know, just forgetting that he's just been reanimated for our pleasure.
The American Nazi neo they have the albatrosses around their neck.
Sir, turn down your radio, please. Please, sir.
Yeah, okay, if you want to be able to hear us, you're going to have to turn down the radio.
Okay, well, I've got a 38. It's an international harvester, and sometimes, you know, when I'm rolling through the fields and I'm, you know, farming all them heads.
Oh, you're on car talk. What about the Grand Nationals, though? I mean, they have such the horsepower rating.
Well, I mean,
You're on car talk. Go ahead.
so when I'm harvesting them heads,
You got a question about your car? Oh, my car? Yeah, this is car talk. Will it run on the power of Bob?
Don't squish your mouth up to the phone like this. Move back a little so we can hear you.
There you go. That's better.
Yes. Actually, your car Bob has been running on you. You notice little footprints on your back?
Oh, the really small ones from Japanese feet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, right next to the needle marks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That makes more
been
sense.
plunging
about
your
that.
back.
I thought it was just acne.
So the thing about your car and Bob, if you're listening to, what is it, Lowrider by War, that was actually written about Dobbs himself. You know, the lowrider doesn't need no gas now, doesn't use no gas now.
Yeah.
That was sung in tribute to our friend Dobbs. I mean, War, you know, most of them are from Dallas. So that's your answer to the call. Anything else about your car? You know, you can... Yeah.
Thank you. My car seems to be running fine now.
Young man, can you identify yourself?
Did you want to hang out here for a little bit? I'll hang out.
Oh, nice. And who are you? When was your last interface with a conspiracy?
My last experience with a conspiracy?
Absolutely.
Your last interface with a
conspiracy.
My last interface
You
with a
experience the conspiracy every day, Pink.
Probably at the local 24-hour supermarket, which will remain...
The one in McKinleyville?
No, the one out here in Arcata with the big red S. Just like Superman.
Conspiracy.
Total conspiracy.
And how did the conspiracy touch you?
Well, he explained to me in his blue book laws that said that I couldn't purchase Sacramento wine after 2 o'clock.
Just Sacramento.
Yeah. You know, there are some nations where you're required to buy alcohol at all hours.
Yes, in J.R. Bob Dobbs land, we have alcohol anytime. Could you ask the zombies to bring me another hot buttered rum martini, and could we rotate just a few degrees left?
Oh, you've been spinning this show.
Are you going to do this again?
I just like different views. Diversity is such a wonderful thing. So, little caller, what's your name?
With the caller on board.
Little caller.
Hang on, everybody.
Hold on to that rail.
Hang on, caller.
Okay, the show speed is up to 78 miles per hour.
Caller, are you there? Did you make it?
I made it. I'm a little dizzy at the moment.
Okay.
What do you think of the new view?
That was only the X-axis.
The view, the new view we have now.
Oh, it's spectacular.
Isn't it
The
nice?
constellation was really nice, but this is even better.
Yeah.
It
That
really is.
shimmering mountain range.
Strike 14, 24, yes.
Looks like we could just
Stand by, little caller.
there over the bay. Look, check it out.
I can see it right
There it goes.
Okay, ready? Tuck and curl. Good arc on that head.
Oh, and it was like the delayed 3.
Ooh.
At least that was
a triumvirate.
Triumphant launching.
That was the custom model homing head.
High fives in the
studio.
Once again.
Yes, Mission Control has launched another head successfully, arcing gently across the bay, and soon will be returning, I'm sure. It was the homing head. We launched it earlier this evening, and if you have been paying attention, you'll notice it swam right back.
You know, I wonder when the little callers will understand it, when we rotate and we tell them to stand by, that it's about time for them to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And now a pause to meditate on love. Here is Elizabeth Clare Prophet.
O love of God, immortal love, enfold all in thy ray. Send compassion from above to raise them all today. In the fullness of thy power, shed thy glorious beams upon the earth and all thereon, where life in shadow seems. Let the light of God blaze forth to cut men free from pain. Raise them up and clothe them, God, with thy mighty I am name.
Meditations on Love with Elizabeth Clare Prophet, our gift from this station and Church Universal and Triumphant.
Bob, grant me ammunition
Hallelujah.
that I may shoot
Praise Bob.
all the day and all the loot.
That really made me want to touch
I kill the
myself.
pink, I wreck them up, I drink their blood, and strut my stuff. For I am a sub-genius, and today is a happy thing for me. In May.
Is that like a Turkish Hasidic sub-genius rant or something?
Yes, indeed.
That's the Kurdish Turkish
I
sub-genius.
fix my bayonet to spear their head and poke them all until they dead. For I am sub-genius, yes indeed, my boots are shiny, I have no need for conspiracy programs, for conspiracy false slack. I want the conspiracy off my back. I am sub-genius, yes indeed.
Thank you. Now go back to your little Kurdish territory. I figured...
It's your homeland! Take a homeland!
I stumbled on something that was very interesting. Sometimes it's difficult to define slack, to really put your finger on it. And this is good. It's good that it's not so easily definable. But I have discovered a clear-cut definition of what slack feels like. Slack feels like when you're a kid and you're lying in bed listening to the radio wishing you didn't have to get up and go to school.
Exactly.
And the radio announcer comes on and he says, school is canceled today because there's 2 inches of snow. And that feeling you get when you don't have to go to school, a totally unexpected shot of pure ecstasy flowing from your butt to your head and down your toes. That is slack. Can you feel it?
That's right. Get your homeland right here. Get your crappy built little houses out in the middle of a barbed wired off war zone. Gee,
Well,
just a place I wanted to move to.
I'm just going to go homeland. I'm just going homeland then. Well, the slack that can be described is not the true slack.
What are we listening to?
It's Pastor Dick from Negative Land, or Concord, California.
She left it unattended in a room with people she truly believed.
This is when Pastor Dick's secretary, Pastor Dick lifted her wallet and stole $150 for her, and then tried to cover up for it by having a radio show and asking people for donations.
Yeah. The height of
Pastor
hypocrisy.
Dick was a man.
Pastor Dick, why are you talking about all of this? It's boring and I don't
I'm hungry. Can we send the zombie for... I'm tired of frosting. How about a rare roast prime rib or something?
Ooh, something fleshy?
Something fleshy and voluminous.
Hey, look, we got a little prairie squid here. You can eat it when I'm done with it.
Couldn't I cook it again and would it taste better?
Well, I ain't gonna. When I'm done with it, I don't mean to eat it.
Oh.
This prairie squid's been depeaked.
Listen to me.
I see. I'll have fun with it.
It's non-threatening, yeah.
Sterilize it afterwards for me, please.
Oh, you got a pocket squid?
No, I got the prairie squid.
Yeah, the prairie pocket squid, dude.
There's a pocket mob
The
now?
inflatable prairie pocket squid. Inflatable prairie pocket squid.
Yeah, look at it. Prairie squid.
Squeeze it and it goes, oh, don't do that.
Yep. Oh, I'm going to be making a mint.
When you squeeze them, they do
another
that.
mint.
What do they do?
We're going to make a chocolate mint. Chocolate Jesus.
Maybe, yeah, I'd love a chocolate Jesus.
Hey, a little chocolate covered zombies. Lee.
Person responsible.
Oh,
Chocolate Jesus all around.
I'm
sure.
Okay.
Not help that feel devastated as
all right,
always.
thanks
Could
a
you
lot.
give me some cold medicine, too?
I feel like...
All right. Yeah, Lee, I know. Jack Ruby, right. Yeah, he did it.
The Jack
We all
Rubies,
saw
they
it.
were a great group.
Yeah.
They were like one-hit
You know
wonders.
something?
Jack and the Rubies.
You are humanity. Everybody listening.
So if Kathy's out there who does Finster Magazine, please call your old residents because there's like tons of mail waiting for you there.
Help
So
yourself.
that's a public service message.
Help each other.
From KHSU and the Church of the Saints.
Yeah, and don't touch my control over there, you. Hey, you in the control room.
We can fight against the wiles of the devil in the Lord.
Let's blow up the control room. They're not listening to us.
Rotate show 180 degrees.
Hold on. Ooh, you're moving fast.
Lock in.
And has a 42. Actually, hold on. Let's slow it down.
Lock in on fill-in DJ.
Fill-in DJ, check. Rotating show X3 axis 4.
Ooh, she's there in the sights. She's in the sights.
1. She cannot.
Oh, there's red stuff all over the control booth windows.
Oh, well.
Ooh.
That'll teach you to come into the Subgenius radio show.
That's right. Not listen to
Stepping on some feet, stepping on some toes. We wield power and influence. I wield hunger against millions with my radio show.
And now the radio show is rotated back to the ocean view. And we are enjoying a wonderful, breezy, early morning view of the Dog Star and a tombstone in the sky.
You know, it all seems not worthwhile after the Church of the Subgenius came into my life.
Absolutely. Yeah, for me too. It was a much needed change.
You know, we got to get together and watch Arise again.
Yeah, let's do that.
Arise, for those of you not in the know, is Church of the Subgenius video barrage tape. You will be made into a new being after viewing this tape.
It's like having 19 of these radio shows live all at once.
In each eye.
And in full view. Absolutely. It's virtual rape, I bet.
Yeah. Stereoscopic.
It's so cluttered.
Everything you've always imagined it would be and more.
You're not the same kind of person.
And it's not as amusing as we are. It's actually kind of terrifying.
I'm sorry, no dedication.
I prefer to think of us as more bizarre than amusing, actually.
And if you're really feeling rugged, you can watch side 2 of that videotape. They recommend against it, right?
And what's on that?
Side 2?
We've never seen it.
You gotta buy it to find out. But you can come over to my house.
Okay.
Well, yes.
You can sit in my Lebensraum.
Yes, what did the Iron Chancellor say? I congratulate every citizen who goes forth to hang the nail, to drive in the nail on which to hang our armor. That was his favorite phrase next to Lebensraum. Did you know that monumental things every time that the German Empire has reunified itself? First in 1893.
Monumental things happen?
Yes, and I'm waiting for the monumental thing that's going to happen now that...
Well, didn't they just reunify? Wasn't that pretty monumental?
Well, it wasn't quite monumental enough because they haven't started a new world war or dominated culture for the last 100 years. And that's what they did.
Sure they have. Sure they have. That's why, you know, all the members of the Church of the Subgenius got blonde hair.
For my scale,
I'm not married,
Except for the ones with black hair.
And I don't have black hair.
Well, I mean, except for the ones with brown hair.
Okay.
Oh, let's do something about this sniveling drivel of a human being. Dogs are back. Can you handle that?
Yeah,
Thank you. Was that Rhonda? That wasn't Rhonda, was it?
Go sleepy now.
You go frappy now.
Alien lost energy. It subsists
James, are you going to have sex with the green woman again?
This one appears to be strengthened by mental radiations of hostility, violent intentions.
Look into his face, Panda.
On the hate of others. To put it
I
simply,
would drink Dr.
and it has acted as a catalyst, creating the situation.
I would do that, man.
Brought together opposing
I'd snort his toenails.
So he's going to be on. He's going to be on the Next Generation tomorrow night, I guess.
Buckets are so sexy.
Yeah, we're going to see if the 50-year-old can still do it.
I'm sure they can.
Yeah, no, it's the ghost of Gene Roddenberry has seized control of Spock, you know.
Look, the one thing that the Church of the Sun Genius hasn't come up with is a good cure for the common cold. Can't we do something about this, Pop? Where are you when I need you?
And a good cure for Trekkies. He hasn't worked one of those out either. Yeah.
You're such a whiner tonight.
I'm a whiner tonight. I want to go to Miami. Bob to help me. I won't take that personally.
Shut up!
Okay, I will.
So what's the little girl's favorite wine?
I want to go to Miami! Shut up! Yeah.
Oh my God! Gravity just increased about 150 times.
The show down. Oh my God, my lips are being pressed into my buttocks. 55! The show's almost over!
The rotation has increased so much.
Dr. Dog's about to do something about the rotation of gravities.
The gravity of the show has gotten unbearable.
I can't move.
I can't. Well, I feel like I weigh 150 pounds.
Wait a minute, you do weigh 150 pounds.
Well, no, I mean, I was weightless before.
Oh, much better.
Man.
That was a close call.
Whoa. What starts that? I mean...
My earlobes were down around my nipples.
Again?
Yeah. Yeah, my nipples were down around my buttocks, and my buttocks were reaching my heels.
Yeah, I was dehydrated
When did that
grasshopper.
happen?
Hey, what is all this nipple talk? Nipple talk, hey, we're trying to cut down too, you know.
Wait a minute, am I being politically incorrect? Is this a nipple-free zone? Women do have
Yeah, it's a
nipples. Men do
nipple-free
too.
It's a navel-free zone. We're all, God damn it, we're hermaphrodites.
I just can't stand the thought of anybody else but us on the air doctors hearing about your nipples. All those people on the radio on the attention.
Well, you
like
have
them
nipples
seeing your
too,
nipples.
and so does Dr. Bocamil. Ooh, touch my nipples. Touch the show and touch my nipples.
We're all chained together here.
And don't get breast implants because, you know, they make your
add more hot water.
breast dress. Unless you have them, like, lopped off or something. That's okay then, I guess. But
add more hot water,
don't
please.
do them just to, like, look
Yeah,
because
the penile implant, don't do it. I mean...
Lots of people actually, you know, want smaller breasts. Men and women.
Ooh, relax.
Smaller breasts and big nipples.
Relaxing here in the hot tub of the show.
Ooh, now splashing around. Well,
Yeah.
our subgenus penile implants are functioning, well, kind of as advertised. I don't know.
Our juvenile implants, what?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you like a black briar implant, I mean, you know.
Ooh, nice hot water. Ooh, this feels so nice.
Well, and that's it. We're gonna go off just like Pink Lady used to do. Remember that TV series? They used to go with Jeff Altman and these two girls from Japan, and they'd end the show drinking champagne in the bathtub at the end of it.
All the time, yes.
Yeah, that'd be great. And that's what we're doing here on this show,
Champagne is pink.
Yeah.
Oh, nice view, hot water. What
Yeah,
a
it's
wonderful thing to be
it's
part of
gonna
the
be
Church of the Sun Genius.
Pink boy. It's not Pink Lady, it's Pink boy.
Denise, what do you call it? You have to be 12.
Yeah, I am. I am 13.
Pardon me? You're 13?
Yeah, almost.
Almost.
Yeah.
When were you born?
69.
Okay. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I dare you to write Post Office Box 677, Arcata, California.
Good night, everybody.